What if I told you that in just 1 year, your life could look completely different if all you did was start uploading on YouTube? YouTube is quite literally one of the biggest opportunities of this entire generation. And I am not exaggerating on that. And it's not because it's easy, which it's on easy mode right now. It's actively promoting smaller channels, but it's mainly because it gives, normal people a shot at building something literally life-changing. But the problem is most people, especially when it comes to YouTube, let, fear, doubt, overthinking, anxiety, all these things get the best of them to the point where you have so many people with potential to get on YouTube, to start on YouTube, but they never do because they let those things stop them. And if that's you, then I want you to think about this thought that, it always is a thought that kind of gets at me or eats away at me every single time. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like recording today, or I don't want to, I'm not in the mood to create a YouTube video. I always think of this thing, which is imagine you decided to start a YouTube channel 5 years ago. And think about that. Think about if you did that consistently for the last 5 years, where would you be right now? And if you're not sure, you could use other people as a reference. There are some of the biggest YouTubers, some of my favorite YouTubers who are also the biggest YouTubers at the moment on the platform. A lot of them started, 3 years ago, some even less, right? 4 years ago, some 5 years ago. So imagine if you started 5 years ago, where would you be now? How much would your life be changed now, right? How much have their lives changed now for the people that 5 years ago decided to go all in on YouTube, and now 5 years later, look where they're at, right? What would your connections look like? What would the opportunities coming to you look like? Now, here's the thing. Using, your life's rear view mirror to look back, it's great to do sometimes to help you avoid making similar mistakes maybe you made in the past, in the future. But if you continue to look at that rear view mirror, you'll get in an accident, right? You need to always be looking forward, always be focusing on what's happening. That being said, don't trouble yourself or hate yourself for the fact that you didn't start 5 years ago. Instead, start right now. The older you get, the faster time goes. And it's every single year of age that you grow up more and more in your 20s and then in your 30s and in 40s, it all just progressively gets faster and faster. Time begins to feel like it's moving faster and faster. So imagine how a quick, small 5 years from now, looking back at today, thinking about, I'm so glad I started then because of where you're at in 5 years from now, all because you decided to go all in on YouTube. Listen, my projections for YouTube as a YouTube strategist is for who's worked with people. I've grown channels all the way from 2,000 to 40,000 subscribers in less than 90 days. This is a brand new channel. I'm growing this channel to 20,000 subs in less than 90 days to prove that, the things I teach are true. And I could just show you guys all just the clients that I work with on the back end, but I want to actually prove it to you with a new channel, which is this channel here. I'm close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, and the channel's been up for almost a month at the time of recording this. So I'll be hitting my first 1,000 in the month. And then there just kind of all accumulates or compounds together. But my point is if you haven't started, the next best time is right now. And you need to start a YouTube channel. I highly believe that you should start a YouTube channel no matter who you are, because everyone has their own uniqueness to them that can be a superpower when it comes to YouTube, right? Are you shy on camera? Be vulnerable about that, because that could be your unique thing, your unique talking point on YouTube, right? Are you freakishly good at solving Rubik's Cubes? Okay, that's your unique thing. Play into it, right? What is your thing? Start your channel with an open mind. Just try your best to be consistent with it, and imagine where you'll be in 5 years. And by doing this, be open-minded, make sure you're open to pivoting, try to learn new things. You guys are at a great place right now on this channel because I teach a lot of strategies that I've implemented for clients that I've grown their channels massively in a short period of time using the strategies I talk about on this channel. If you do that with an idea that you guys have, with your guys' uniqueness, you will absolutely crush it. And in 5 years from now, you will be looking back so grateful that you decided to go all in on YouTube. And instead of wishing you started then, start now, because as I said, YouTube is on easy mode. Honestly, I think right now is one of the best times to start on YouTube. Now, my projections as a YouTube strategist, by the way, is that YouTube will become, I almost view it as a streaming service now. I think that it will become like its own streaming service, not in the world of like films, but the fact that the analytics show that people are watching YouTube more and more on television. And I mean, even my parents, I go to visit my parents' house sometimes with my wife, and we walk in and we see like my parents are watching YouTube videos on TV, not Netflix, not Disney Plus, right? And this just shows you like it's a carryover to many different generations that YouTube is becoming more and more of like a streaming-esque type of thing. People watch that at nighttime to wind it down instead of a Netflix or something like that, right? And right now, YouTube is on easy mode. Right now, YouTube is actively pushing out smaller creators, new creators. There are a lot of creators that I've spoken to and I've seen on the platform who have actually ditched their channels with 300,000 subs, with 1 million subs to start new channels, because those new channels are being pushed so much more that it's actually bringing in more business. Like right now is a gold mine to get started. But that begs the question, how to actually start. The whole point of this video was like to try to push you guys to start on a YouTube channel, because I think more people need to understand how important it is to start a YouTube channel. If you guys are unsure how to get started, it's as simple as coming up with an idea of something you want to talk about, finding a niche. And don't get too overwhelmed with this. You guys don't need to find a niche and stay with that niche forever. Find a niche that you think you could talk a lot about, right? Let's say you're good at video editing, or let's say you're good at, surfing. Okay, take that thing, come up with some ideas about a video you could do on it, take your phone out and start recording it. You guys don't need to actually post the video unless you like the way it comes out, right? So try to be yourself on camera and realize that a lot of people, when they're filming themselves, and I've come across this problem with a lot of clients I work with too, is they're like, they don't come across authentic, and they're like, yeah, it's because I'm so tense on camera. My recommendation is always like, it's because people, when they begin to film, they think that it's the exact thing that the people on YouTube are gonna watch. The thing is, you can edit your videos, one, or two, if you don't, you need to remember that if you're doing a bad take or you don't like the way that you're sounding or coming out on camera on that specific clip, you can stop and record again and then post. You can look at this video before you post, and understanding that fundamentally that the exact video that you're recording yourself doing right now may not be the one that people go ahead and see. In fact, nobody's gonna see it unless you press that button. So I always tell people to try to relax with that understanding and just talk to the camera as if you're not going to post it, right? And then your demeanor will completely change. So come up with an idea, right? Let's say you're good at surfing, right? Just come up with an idea, a good idea about surfing that you feel comfortable talking about, right? What's your favorite, or the top 5 best wetsuits, to buy in 2025, okay? As an example, first thing came off my head. Okay, take your phone out and start recording it and just talk about the 5 wetsuits, your 5 favorite wetsuits in 2025. Right? And then post it. Then as you continue, right, you'll start to refine. You'll start to get better. You'll start to understand more about ideation strategies, thumbnails, scripting, if that's your style, posting strategies. You'll start to learn all of those nitty-gritty things, those growth, the systems and frameworks to grow or optimize. But in the beginning, none of that matters, because in the beginning, what matters the most is you just getting the reps in, you posting, being consistent, enjoying the process, and finding your rhythm. So with that, I hope you guys really understand and think about this thought as much as I do, which is like, if you just started now, even if you're the worst person to ever enter on YouTube and you started right now, in 5 years ago, in 5 years from now, you will become an expert, likely, and your life will completely change. The opportunities that will come to your door, knocking on your door, are opportunities that you could have never imagined now, because you just don't understand how much YouTube can change your life. And I'm saying this from a point of view where I've worked with a lot of clients. Like, for example, one of my clients, I was telling you, we grew from 2,000 to 40,000, and he's almost at 200,000 subscribers now. And the way I've seen just his life change from that small gap from 2,000 to 40,000, it's exponential. Money, connections, opportunities, you name it. Now, if you guys do want to learn, if you guys are still a little bit intimidated, I get it. And you guys do want to learn more about thumbnail strategies or coming up with ideas, specifically just overall how I would approach YouTube to be optimized, well, you guys can watch this video next right here. With that, I'm rooting for you, and thanks for watching.